Welcome back to Go Again Gaming, and welcome back to the league that means absolutely nothing 3. We are here in round 5. I am your voice of the league, Ian Holland, and I have a very interesting one for you today. Not one that you'd see too often, but you might, depends on what LGS you go to. I see it a lot, and that is Azalea taking on Oscilio Constella Intelligence. Obviously, Azalea needs no introduction. Anya North piloting the ace in the hole. We are on the home of the Azalea cult here at Go Again Gaming. Koidon taking on the role of Oscilio, the lightning construct thing that came out in Rosetta and has fascinated a bunch of people with who love a good Rube Goldberg machine, and that is just how Oscilio combos off. Azalea not really going to be preventing a lot of damage. Oscilio kind of full of cards that don't block. So big damage arrows coming in. Oscilio trying to survive, set up, and blow Azalea out of the water. Obviously, we've got the new quiver coming in for Azalea, which will come in clutch. But, natural spell void as a ranger. And Oscilio has basically feck all armor, so it's going to be great. Who's going to win? Only one way to find out. Either way, it's going to be quick, and I'm going to throw it over to the gameplay, and let's find out.
The League That Means Nothing Season 3 is brought to you in part by Enter the Battlefield Gaming out of Ontario, Canada. They do all of our favourite games, including this one, Flesh and Blood. They do sealed, singles, and events, but they also do things like Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Lorcana, One Piece, Sorcery, Warhammer, tabletop games, and all sorts of different supplies for your table. Make sure you go and check them out if you're local to Canada, or check out their website at enterthebattlefield.ca. Let's get on with the tournament.
Okay, it looks like we have Oscilio going first here. Both players with 4 cards. Generally, I would imagine Oscilio wanting to go first because otherwise there's a good chance you just get shot for like 14 with a hand that maybe blocks 4 to 6. Oh no, Azalea going first. As you lied to me in the editing just to make me look the fool. Anya loading a arrow I can't see for Death Dealer. Using that beautiful World Championship playmat, playing a Lace with a Blood Rot, and we're going to knock the Death Whistle. We're going to get started early. We're going to find our red in the ledger, I would imagine, and send in at least 8 dominated. The new quiver, very, very pretty. If you haven't seen it in person in cold foil, fantastic. Prevents 1 damage. If you have a face-up arrow in your arsenal, prevents 2, which can just make some of the combo turns for Oscilio a little bit trickier. Obviously, Oscilio doesn't really combo on their opponent's turn, so a little bit less relevant unless you're going to leave an arrow face up in your arsenal, which I don't think you're going to really want to do as Azalea. Now, Red in the Ledger, really interesting one into Oscilio because sometimes they take a pile of game actions, but sometimes those game actions are all instants and it doesn't really matter. Also threatening a Blood Rot, obviously. Now, Oscilio going to sink below here. We're going to sink a card. We are going to sink a card. Drawing up. See if we have some instants or something to cycle. Taking 4 from the Red in the Ledger. Getting Blood Rotted. We get 1 action. And Anya is just straight in with the damage. Oscilio cycling. Using the hero text to discard an instant to draw a card. And we get to draw our 1 extra card as well. And let's see what we decide to do here. With only 1 action, there's not a huge amount you can do. Again, deck plays a lot of instants. Instants don't care about Red in the Ledger. They will just get played. And it seems we're just going to go for Command and Conquer. That's a pretty good one action. Not gonna lie. Pretty good one. And we're going to cycle out a lightning press with Oscilio. And now are we going? It looks like we've declared no blocks here. Taking 6, losing a rain razors. And Oscilio going to pay for the blood rot, arsenal, and pass. Very efficient turn here for Koi. And Anya now access to take aim. A great way to not care about command and conquer because you get your reload, you get your opt regardless. So we're going to opt with Skullbone Cross Wrap, showing a Bolton shot. Opting 1. Obviously, this Bolton shot would have go again thanks to its main text. We're going to premeditate and we're going to send out this Bolton shot for 10 damage, threatening a ponder on hit. More importantly, threatening 10 damage because the Oscilio just needs time. That's generally what the deck needs, is just time to figure things out. And the deck does not play a lot of 3 blocks, so you're asking for an awful lot of cards from this. The ponder isn't super relevant because, at least from how it looks, Anya will still have an arsenal, but it will allow reload. Could potentially fire another arrow. We've got a block of 6 committed here, and etchings, and now we're going to reinforce the line as well. So we're going to block a total of 10 here. It's pretty solid blocks from Oscilio. Down to a card in hand, card in arsenal. As you can see, Oscilio on Ether Bindings, Lightning Greaves, Blossom of Spring, and Crown of Providence, which you don't normally see. Normally, you would see Oscilios on the lightning headpiece from Rosetta, whose name escapes me. Flash of Brilliance. There we go. Yeah, Anya just choosing to take 4 because it's just 4 vanilla. And here we go, Skullbone Cross Wrap with a full hand. Amplifying Arrow. So this is a card innovation from some Azalea players over the last year. A card that didn't really get to see a lot of play at first, but all of your +3s become +4s, and that sort of damage can add up pretty quickly, especially if you're ever able to dominate an amplifying. But we're going to ship it to the bottom, flipping in a Lace with Blood Rot. Maybe Anya looking for more buffs and just looking for damage. So we're going to Lace with Blood Rot. We're going to premeditate, or not premeditate, read the glide path. Opting 1. Opting it straight to the bottom. No interest in it. So we have an amount of damage here. We have another Lace with Blood Rot. So that's all of our Blood Rot. Seek and Destroy. And a Codex of Frailty. Jesus. 3, 6, 9, 3. So Red the Ledger coming in here for 17 and threatening your arsenal. Cool. What's your life total again? Doesn't matter. That's 17. 2 blood rots. So effectively throwing 21 damage out here and still ending with an arsenal. Gross. Here on the home of the Azalea cult, I'm sure there are many fans who are delighted to see this. I'll tell you who's not delighted to see this. Oscilio Constella Intelligence. Okay. I don't know if you can block that, bud. It's going to be a tough one. All right. We have a Blast to Oblivion, Reinforce, a Reinforce. So that's 10. I want to say 10. Yeah, taking 7 and 2 Blood Rats. Oh, yeah, and Seek and Destroy active as well. Jesus. Just here's a Command and Conquer, I guess. Pretty good. Azalea again, choosing to just take it, losing a Remorseless. Oscilio 21 plays 24. Life totals aren't that disparate for everything that Azalea has been throwing out here. Those reinforced lines have come in really, really clutch. We're going to take aim. That's so funny. Both Command and Conquerors met with a take aim, being like, yeah, it's fine. Red Bolt and shot here. So we have go again, if we so choose, with Death Dealer still active. Card from the top opted to the bottom. Bolt and shot coming in here for 7. Taking the 7 here because, there's not really any real threat. Pitching a bolt and shot for Death Dealer, closing the combat chain. Loading a red in the ledger. Cool. Draw for Death Dealer. That's gross. And in comes red in the ledger for 5. I could see this one being met with some sort of block. Discarding a CLV, drawing a card, blocking 3 with Mind Warp, taking 2, and choosing 2 Arsenal here. So we get 1 action again. We have 2 Channel Lightning Valleys gone here. And there hasn't really been a whole lot of chance for Koi to get set up. And is just going to send in this Enlightened Strike. Probably for 7. No, drawing a card. So that's coming in for 5 here. Threatening to put Anya to 19, but leave her with a 5-card hand. And we're going to Lightning Press it up to 8. So that could be part of why Koi just wanted to set up an arsenal, get rid of the Lightning Press. Drawing 4. Hasn't managed to find Sigil of Brilliance or anything yet. We're going to flip up to Skullbone Crosswrap, an Infecting Shot. One of the best arrows in the deck when it comes in terms of raw numbers. So let's see what we decide to do with our opt here. Anya checking through the graveyard dead giveaway. There might be a codex or might be considering codex as a potential line. Either way, opt has been put to the bottom. We're going to opt again with a read the glide path. Oh, that was quick. Is it going to stay there? We're going to release some tension, so no D-reacts. We're going to activate Azalea, so no D-reacts from Arsenal here. We're going to put in a dominated amplifying arrow. Gross. We have 10 coming in here. +4. So each +3 is actually a +4 when it comes to amplifying. So we have 10, but we also have 10 with no on hits. The only thing we have to consider playing around here is a Rain Razors, which means we need to block at least 2. At least 2. Yeah, so the Lightning Greaves and Ether Binding being committed here to block. And we're going to Snapdragon Scalers. So this is going to have go again. We're going to Rain Razors. So this will go up to 13, which is very importantly not lethal. Just extremely close. And yeah, Codex getting back one of our 0-cost arrows. Obviously, Rain Razors is still live. All this done without activating Death Dealer. Crazy stuff. Do we have any 0-cost arrows, actually? Other than the amplifying, which would be obviously 5. Bolt and shot. We have had several bolt and shots, so this would be 6. Bolt and shot coming in here for 6. Obviously, one of the downsides is Oscilio can't just choose to pop off at instant speed in the same way that Kano does. At least not to the same degree. And it looks like we are going to have a Mind Warp, a Flittering Charge, and our Crown committed to the blocks here. Drawing for Ponder, Arsenal Pass. Okay, in comes Blast to Oblivion for 2. Oh, from Arsenal, so for 1, technically. Do we have anything that we want to commit here? I can't see this going much longer, I'm not going to lie. Azalea would have to hard brick here. So blocking, no. Choosing not to block, we're going to gain 3 life. In response, flash in Sigil. Blast, bounce Sigil. Drawing us a card. Gain 3. Up to 4. Still at 2. Putting Azalea to 14. We have a Sigil of Brilliance, one of those cards that you kind of really need to play. Arsenaling, playing the Sigil, hoping for the best here. And, I don't see it. Activating Skullbone Cross Wrap here for Anya. Saying I read the glide path, we're opting. Looks like that card's staying on top anyway. And if that is staying on top and getting activated, we might just be blowing our Oscilio up. Release the tension. Lace with frailty. Tunic. And Judge, Jury, Executioner. So 369, 14 dominate. Oscilio, very dead. Didn't quite manage to get there. Couldn't find the combo pieces in time. So commiserations to Koi. Very cool bringing such an off-meta hero. Someone I see a lot at my locals, actually. We have a guy, Jose, who plays a lot of Oscilio. He loves himself a combo deck. So well done on bringing it to the league. And let's see if you can't get that 3-3 go dead even next round. As for Anya, congratulations on 3-2. Let's keep it going. You might still be in with a chance at hitting that top 8 spot, one of those coveted spots in this league. Even coveted, though, it means, very little. In fact, nothing. I heard someone told me that. But that is all we have for in terms of gameplay today. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did like the video, make sure you like the video, comment down below, let us know what you think. If you're a member of the Azalea cult, you're watching Go Again Gaming, so sound off in the comments and make sure you let us know what you think of Oscilio, and let him know of all the hard work he's doing and how much it means to everyone out there. And then go and show that by making sure you're subscribed to Go Again Gaming, so that you can get all of the League That Means Nothing action straight to your YouTube notifications. I've been your voice of the league, Ian Holland. Findles_spirit on Twitter, findlespirit.bsky.social on Blue Sky, and I'll just see you in the next one.